What you're watching is my first solve on camera. I had no idea where it would take me. For me, it started with a story, an idea. I mean, how bad can it be, right? And a series of small decisions that would eventually change my life.
I wish it could rain candy. Oh my gosh!
When I was younger, I was homeschooled, so I'd mostly just stay indoors, sleep in a lot, and make silly videos. Life was good.
Fruit bars. Bluebell. You're not good to me, fruit bars. There's no more. I have no ladder or string or rope. Only chance is to drop the camera down there. But why are we on this plane? But on this plane?
A few years went by, and somewhere along the way, I made an identity for myself. I was caught up in trying to believe these motivational quotes, releasing my anger in unhealthy ways, and making robots. I mean, look at these things. Each time I went around the sun, I would have a new hobby.
Guys, welcome to a new tutorial video. Yo.
I remember having this one conversation with my mom about feeling bored and wanting things to be different. She just told me to try something new, but I didn't. I was too scared. So I stayed in my comfort zone for as long as I could, and nothing really changed. Until that one summer. Okay, maybe it wasn't that dramatic. It actually started with a story. Learning the Rubik's Cube is not easy, but if you give it some time, you can definitely learn how to solve it. Here's a brief overview, but you can find my favorite tutorial in the description. I thought the cube had to be solved by colors, by sides, but that actually messes up the whole cube. Instead, the cube has to be solved in layers. First, the cross, then corners, then the second layer, and then the last layer. When I started averaging 40 seconds, I left the beginner's method and switched to a more advanced method called CFOP. It felt like I was learning to solve the cube all over again. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. But after I learned the new algorithms, they made me a lot faster. Yes. First, sub 35. I wanted to share that feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction with other people, but the problem was, I didn't know how. It is August 19th, and tomorrow I will be telling people about my cubing club, so orientation. A few days before I filmed this video, I had no idea if I would get my club approved. To say I was nervous would be an understatement. A sudden influx of new students brought a lot of new clubs to school, not just your garden variety art club or student government. There was a running club, a knitting club, and Dungeons and Dragons club. Still, any student could understand what they were getting themselves into just by the names of these clubs. With cubing, though, it was different. I will be talking about my cubing club and telling them what cubing is, because most people at my school probably don't know what cubing is. Sorry for talking really fast. I'm just kind of scared for tomorrow, but I have some cubes here that I'm going to bring. So obviously my two Rubik's brands, the best one ever, of course. Okay, my main, which is the Gan X Rubik's 2x2. So bring all this tomorrow and see what people think about it. I'm really scared. I do really bad in social situations. So we'll just see what happens. So turns out I didn't have to do a speech at all. So that was fun, I guess. Although I didn't have to do the speech, which was a big relief for me, I still had some talking to do. I would go up to people and ask them if they ever solved a cube before, and most of them said no. But what worked better than the talking was just sitting down and solving the cube. This was great because I didn't have to do any talking and I could just advertise my club without actually saying anything. During the first meeting, I made this joke about how you should never use algorithms for the first layer because, first of all, algorithms are not necessary for the first layer, and if you're using them, you're making bad life choices. It got more laughs than I expected it to. In the beginning, there were a lot of people coming to these meetings, probably at most 12 people in one room, which was really crazy, but as weeks went on, people started to realize they weren't interested in cubing, and they started to leave. However, the ones that stayed behind were determined to learn how to solve the cube, and before I knew it, everyone in the club could do it. This algorithm I learned yesterday is called Pi algorithm. In 1 month, everyone had made a lot of improvement, and I decided it was a good time to ask if they were interested in competing. And 15 emails and 2 months later, it was official. We would be having our school's first cubing competition. This is the new flyer for the competition. It's printing out really slowly because there's tons of stuff on it, but this is how it looks like. So there's like a cube on fire, a spinning cube here, and it's a Speeedcubing competition. That is like a pun my dad made. So yeah. During this time, I probably had met more people in the past 2 months than I had the last year.
Yo, Ryan.
It was amazing, and that optimism made me take more risks, like solving the cube at the talent show, which I hadn't planned on doing until it happened. Okay, so apologies for my face, I just woke up. So, that was really gross. What's happening is that it's like the morning of the competition, school competition, but also like I hope that people come because like we have tons of stuff here. You can see there's like a glimpse into CubeX, which no one is really calling it anymore. That's supposed to be the name. I have the mat there, so it's really cool. The cube cover that is really cool also. The gift thing. This is the prize you can't really see, where if you look really closely, that's a GAN cube and that's 2 other cubes. And the timer is, oh yeah, also there's like, I bought my own cubes here just in case. And the timer is right there. So yeah, that's everything pretty much. It's really cool that like this is finally something that is possible, and I want to thank everyone that made this possible. So can we just have a round of applause for Jack? And can we have a round of applause for Rahul? So the speech was okay. I mean, I could have been a bit more enthusiastic, I guess, but the rest of the competition was really awesome. This button here turns it on and off, and this button fills the time. If this happens and you're solved, then that solve will not count in your average of 3. Another thing that can happen is this.
What the?
This is 1 turn away from being solved. This is called a +2, and if this happens, then 2 seconds will be added to your time. I have massive respect and appreciation for everyone that competed, as well as everyone that watched. These are some of the times people got. We just did so we did an average of 3, and as you can see, people are pretty good. Actually, everyone who competed got a sub 90 average, so that was amazing and really surprising. It was so cool to watch how much they improved and how much enthusiasm they had for cubing. Although I didn't compete in that competition, I would have to still keep practicing because something even bigger was about to happen very soon. My first official cubing competition. In our mini comp, we did an average of 3 solves. For the most part, it's the same process for official competitions, with some slight changes. All competitions are held by the WCA, or World Cube Association. An event represents a puzzle. The most popular event is 3x3, but there's also 2x2, 4x4, Pyraminx, Megaminx, and Scube, among others. You sign up and choose which events you want to compete in online. In each round, a competitor solves 5 cubes. Every competitor gets the same 5 scrambles, which are generated by a computer program. When your name is called, you go up to a table with a judge and a timer. The timer used at Speeedcubing competitions, the Speed Stacks timer, was originally intended for cup stacking. You place your hands on the finger pads, and when you release, it starts the timer. The average of 5 is calculated by removing the best and worst times and averaging the middle 3.
Oh my gosh, I think that's the best single ever I got on camera.
My goal for competition would be for 3x3, a sub 30 single, and then maybe like the 30-second average would be really cool, or like 31, I don't know. Really, I just want a sub 30 single, but if not, then that's fine. And for 2x2, like sub 10 average would be cool, below 10 seconds. Something you may not know about me is that I am blind in one eye, and this has caused me to have kind of this tendency, like to, I guess, compensate for that, just trying to be like more than I can be. And I wanted to show people that I was more than just a shy kid who makes projects all the time. It's kind of funny because during those meetings and stuff, when I was talking and making jokes, I felt like myself. My family, they're laughing downstairs. Meanwhile, I'm taking my bear. 'Cause I've realized I won't see him when I leave to Whittier College. Thinking about it used to make it easy. Now thinking about it only makes me queasy. My family, they're waiting downstairs. Well, I hope that they'll like my bear. 'Cause I've realized I won't see them when I leave to Whittier College.
Good. Good. Nice.
Okay.
So we're here at the Lincoln Community Center with Champ over here.
My official thingy.
Got an official badge there.
I am excited, but also scared because excited.
Ryan May.
After that first solve, I thought my solves would get progressively worse, but fortunately that did not happen. I was already quite happy with where my average was going, but then this happened. You can see in the video that I have a silly face after the solve because I didn't know I got the 18. I mean, I thought it was like a 22 maybe, but I didn't know it was that low. So I kind of like reacted to it in a subtle way. I didn't jump on the table or anything, but maybe next time I should.
We're leaving the Lincoln Community Center. Any final words, Ryan, on your competition?
I think it went well.
You did amazing.
I got a sub 10 average for 2x2 and sub 30 average.
Yeah.
3x3, so. What's that? So as you can see, it is May 28th, and 1 year ago, I started cubing. So this is the scramble. I actually saved it. I took a screenshot of it. And this is the scramble where I got my first sub 35. So now I'm going to try the same scramble to see what time I get. I would like to thank my family, everyone that came to the club, all the teachers, all the admins, all the students, Rahul for being such a great videographer and also just an awesome person, everyone who decided that my club was worthwhile. For a long time I told myself that I wouldn't get this opportunity, and I was wrong. I think it's important to never tell yourself you can't do something because you're just missing out on a chance to prove yourself wrong. I want to end this documentary with a quote that I found on Pinterest a few years ago. Maybe it won't work out, but maybe seeing if it does will be the best adventure ever.